Junior College Athletic Association Region 15 and the Queensborough Community College Lady Tigers promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Negative comments, profanity, racist, sexist, or other abusive comments or actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the facility. Queensborough Community College Lady Tigers, thank you for your support and cooperation. LaGuardia Community College Lady Red Hawks, starting lineup. Number 4, Canoy. Number 23, Emily Marriott. Number 32, Kristen Beer. Number 33, Diane Wilson. Number 35, Jasmine Lynn. Assistant coach for the Lady Red Hawks, Howard Jordan. Head coach, Anthony Alfaro. Starting lineup for Queensborough Community College Lady Tigers. Number 14, Sabrina Rodriguez. Number 20, Giselle Sanchez. Number 24, Santana Panhoy. Number 13, Whitney Williams. Number 34, Patricia Harris. Assistant coach, Sabrina Moore. Lisa Sanchez. Teresa Rodriguez. Head coach, David Chambers.
This is QCC alum David Russell along with Joe Massey. Queensborough Lady Tigers about to start their home opener. Queensborough's first game of the year. LaGuardia beat Kingsborough by 41 the other day. And they're ready for this game. And it's nice to work with you again, Joe. It's been 9 months since that CUNY championship game at BMCC.
Really? That long ago? I can't believe it. It felt like a couple of months ago. That was excitement personified on the men's side particularly.
Yes. And the Queensborough Lady Tigers lost by 11 to Hostos in the CUNY semifinal game. Hostos lost to BMCC, who isn't even fielding a team this year.
Isn't that interesting? You figure they had that type of success. Now they come back, they don't have a team this year. But that's the way it goes sometimes in these community colleges or even in the CUNY.
And LaGuardia wins the opening tip and then turns it over to Queensborough. A few familiar faces for Queensborough returning: Sabrina Rodriguez, Giselle Prentice, Santana Canoy.
And that's something we'll have to talk about right up top as we watch these girls play together, how they're able to blend together. But there's certainly a good array of talent out there.
Something you don't see often at the two-year level as Prentice takes a shot and hits. Giselle Prentice makes it 2-0 Queensborough. And something you don't often see, Sabrina Rodriguez, the 2012 Region Player of the Year, as LaGuardia ties it up at 2. Nice basket down low. Sabrina Rodriguez, the 2012 Player of the Year, with Santana Canoy, the 2013 Player of the Year, as it was Cheyenne Oakman who hit the basket for LaGuardia. And the kickball will stay with Queensborough with 17 on the clock.
Prentice had a good season, as you said, last year for the Lady Tigers.
Was CUNY Rookie of the Year.
That's a very nice way to make your way into any program. Now she's playing with the girls that came back, as you said. They're going to give her some more help.
Looks that way as Prentice has it now. They're down to 10 on the shot clock, and here's Sabrina Rodriguez, who's wearing 14 this year, not 35. Now a backcourt violation is called. Turnover forced by the Lady Redhawks.
That ball lofted into the backcourt, out of the reach of Prentice. She doesn't have the arm reach to get to it, so she had to go back to get it.
This is the first year for LaGuardia basketball. The school has been around since 1971, and they've been pressured the last few years to get a team going, and they finally do, as that shot is missed.
We're talking to the athletic director, David, before, and he's very excited about this year.
And Prentice misses, and Brian Goldstein, what a job he's done getting this all together. Hiring Anthony Alfaroz, the women's coach, and then in the second game of the doubleheader, we'll see Ben Chobapon, former Queensborough player. And the pass is intercepted by Sabrina Rodriguez.
In fact, Ben will take us back to the Tom Sinnickson era.
Nice, and Rodriguez makes it 4-2 Queensborough. Rodriguez wearing 14 this year, not 35.
That's a switch.
Nice pass down low, and then the offensive rebound, and the putback is good. Oakman has all 4 points for LaGuardia.
She did a good job in there.
Be interesting to see how Queensborough tries to defend her down low.
Remember the Oak Man, she's Oakman. And she played like that on that one, sturdy in there, getting that rebound. It was a knock out of bounds, but they're calling a foul as well.
And it's on Oakman, her first, fouling Whitney Hogan under the basket.
Of course, you had the Oak Man, then you had Okafor at Connecticut. So we've had all kinds of Oaks playing the
And
game.
you didn't even mention Charles Oakley.
That's the Oak Man.
Oh.
That's right. You can never forget him when you're talking about Oak.
Or basketball, for that matter.
He had a pretty nice career, I would say.
So good with Patrick Ewing for those years in the 90s as Hogan misses the first.
I saw him a couple of times in the stands at the Garden. He aged a little bit. We all are. But he was a powerful guy in his time.
Hogan misses both. It's still 4-4, and then Oakman pulls it away and is fouled.
They're going to call the foul on Queensborough. That'll be their first team foul.
It's on Candia Carroll.
So she's the tallest girl on the court right now, Oak.
I think they'll just keep giving it to her until they can stop her, and now they double team her.
Yeah, they're going to try to do something to attack her right away.
Getting past Kristen Deere, puts up the shot, and it's good off glass. And it's 6-4 LaGuardia.
A little athletic move there as she backed up to get a better look at the basket, then right-handed it up.
Near Santana Canoy with the ball. Looking for some redemption this year. Had 14 turnovers in the playoff loss to Hostos. And Carroll had the pass go through her hands, got it back, and got fouled. As Oakman isn't happy, but she just committed her second foul.
Well, that would be a good thing to get her into foul difficulty for sure. Once again, the ladies went to the glass aggressively, and that was Carroll who got her to commit the foul.
Now looking for her first points. Shooter's touch at 6-5.
And she got the roll. Sometimes you talk to that ball, David, when it's on the rim like that.
In the substitution, Mariah McIntosh is in for Oakman with the 2 fouls.
Here's a fella sitting in front of us. He has a Seattle Sonics jacket on. Who are they?
I like the throwback jacket, though.
Very nice. Like that team, too.
There's a turnover, and the ball goes to Queensborough.
You know, David, I like that team because when you were a kid and the Knicks would go play in Seattle, it would be like they were playing on another planet or something when you're a young kid, you know? And you'd stay up at 11 o'clock to tune the games in. And you really thought they were playing at 11 o'clock.
Here's Canoy. Lost her footing, but a foul is called.
That's number 23 reaching in there, got a piece of her.
Saying they got 32, Kristen Deere for her first.
Kristen Deere.
It was a 3-2, not a 2-3.
Well, just turn it around.
Done.
It is Deere up on the board. Third team foul on LaGuardia. Queensborough is going to make a quick substitution.
Dylan Canoy looking to get it in. No 5-second violation, but then a turnover. And here's Wint. And Wint is fouled and will go to the line. A blocking foul called. And it's on Fidel, who just came in.
Yeah, she just came into the ball game. Number 32.
Comes in and then gets run over 10 seconds later.
Well, that's going to happen sometimes if you're trying to find a spot on the court. You just came in the game and she got back, tried to make the play.
First free throw is no good. This will not be as easy for LaGuardia as the Queensborough game, which they won 80-39. They were up 44-16 at halftime against Bob DiNardo's Lady Wave.
He's trying to put that together, obviously.
7-6 LaGuardia as Wint splits the free throws, and he knew it would be a rebuilding job when he took it. And here's some full court pressure. Canoy. Almost walked. Pass was tipped and turned over.
LaGuardia getting back in a lot of ways.
That was a nice play by McIntosh defensively. There's McIntosh's jumper, and it's an air ball.
Cleaned up inside, but then given away to Prentice.
Now Canoy. Back to Prentice. Canoy will take the three. No good. And then got her own rebound and put it in off glass, and Queensborough goes up 8-7.
That's what they tell young players, David. Don't give up on your shot. If it doesn't go in, follow it. She followed it. She picked it up off the floor, bounced her way.
Canoy last year became the third Queensborough Lady Tiger to win CUNY Player of the Year, the other two being Taniqua Tabiri in 2008 and Kiara Bryant in 2011. Prentice misses.
And we used to call her Nikki.
Nikki Tabiri.
Yeah.
Great
Same
shooter.
Player.
Tremendous shooter. Was on the 2008 CUNY championship team.
Had a little size, too. You know, that was some team. And right here we have a foul. Queensborough trying to get back and stop one of the taller girls there on LaGuardia from getting to the basket, but they were unsuccessful.
That was the first.
That was Deere.
First on Hogan. And the free throw is good, and we're tied at 8.
These girls hit their free throws, that's for sure. That's something we can say early.
So tough talking about Tabiri. Also tough to guard a shooter with size. Right, so tough when she was here.
She played hard, too.
Yeah.
She had everything, I think, on this level anyway. And then, you know, the challenge for a lot of these girls to see where they can go out of here. Maybe they can land themselves a nice Division II spot somewhere, or even a lower grade Division I program somewhere.
LaGuardia has the ball. McIntosh's shot is no good. There's a rebound. Putback is no good. It was Crossland who missed from underneath. Canoy. Queensborough has numbers. Canoy going to the basket and is fouled. I was going to say Sabrina Rodriguez won Regional Player of the Year in 2012. That's an award that for a few years was going to Monroe players like Fantasia Goodwin, Angela Pace, Monet Johnson. Just
yeah, they had the market cornered for a while there.
Goodwin went to Syracuse. That's how good she was. She scored 1,600 points in 2
there
years.
You go. I was saying a lower Division I program, and that's not a lower Division I program.
Certainly, Monroe had that winning streak of over 100 games for a while. They were winning national championships here and there.
Yeah, they had a real way of playing the game. Second one is no good, and they were bringing in some pretty good players.
And Angela Pace went to Robert Morris, Northeast Conference Division I school, as LaGuardia goes up 10-9, and it was Wint with the basket.
Nice setup.
Last touch by LaGuardia. QCC has it.
That was a nice setup last play by LaGuardia, and they went the ball in a good spot, and she used whatever height she has, and she has a good deal of height. That's the other thing I was going to talk about as we take a timeout, David. Give the score, and then we'll get into what the point was going to be.
LaGuardia up 10-9 as David Chambers calls a 30-second timeout.
I think the real problem for some of these young ladies, anybody in CUNY, even on the senior college rank, of course, is, you know, your lack of height and going to a bigger program. But you mentioned two girls who were able to make the transformation. There were a couple of girls here that went over to Queens College from Queensborough, played there. A couple of Queensborough men's players went over to Queens College, played there. So once you get into that avenue, there is a chance somebody might look at you in Europe, give you an opportunity, play for some money somewhere.
But Leo Isonwe went to Farmingdale State. Well, that's good school.
As long as you get a chance to show your goods, you know, somebody might pick you up somewhere. You never know.
Canoy was doubled, but got it to Giselle Prentice, and the pushing foul is called. Disputed, but Wint is called for the foul.
Yeah, they were trying to cut her off just across the midcourt line, trying to angle her at the sideline. I think she might have nudged her a little with the body.
That's the first foul on Wint.
Not by much, though.
And there's a dangerous pass telegraphed by Fidel on the inbounds, 2-on-1 for LaGuardia. No basket, and then the offensive rebound. The shot is good by Crossland. Jennifer Crossland makes it 12-9.
Good move. She got to that ball and floated it up with the right hand after making a quick move.
They're defending Canoy well. Here's Fidel underneath. Carroll puts it in off glass. It's 12-11.
Good pass. Good pass there by Fidel.
This is a good game. Pretty high scoring. 12-11, 5.5 minutes in.
Both teams showing that they're ready to open the season, that's for sure.
And Queensborough win at 2-3, and the three-pointer is no good. And here's Fidel. Fidel 3-on-2. Couldn't put it off glass. Canoy with the rebound. And Prentice thought about a three, then takes a two. No good. There's a rebound. And then lost her footing. It was Hogan who hit the ground.
And had the ball taken out of her hands as she was going down.
Emily Arias couldn't hit the shot off glass, and Queensborough has it, looking to take back the lead.
12-11. Pretty even game.
Better than 80-39, except for LaGuardia. And here's Canoy. Off-balance shot was no good. Carroll tripped over Prentice. Good thing she didn't get injured.
Good. These girls are playing hard, though.
And there's a turnover. Fidel to Prentice. Carroll really lucky, though, not to be seriously hurt on that play. She was upset about missing, but I think she didn't get injured. And there's a loose ball, and LaGuardia comes out with it, but then traveling is called, so it goes right back to QCC.
Nobody has been able to settle down over the last 2 minutes.
The clock is still running, see if anybody notices.
One thing about Prentice, though, she plays like so many of those Queensborough young ladies of the past, like Robinson and others who had that sturdy body and make the play on the move. They have to make more short passes right now. Too many turnovers, obviously, here.
About 30 seconds while the clock is still. Now they just stopped at 12:56. About 30 seconds ran off.
If both teams are going to turn over the ball, though, we have no idea who might win this game.
Mm-hmm. So they put 13-10 back. I still think they lost some time. Still lost about 15 seconds. And here's Carroll. And it's good, and Queensborough goes up 13-12.
There you go. Nice inbounds pass. Got her right under the basket.
And Carroll now has 6 points as Queensborough was in at 2-3. And Fidel almost stole it. LaGuardia, there's a long pass. Don't know if that was a floater or a pass.
Could have been a little bit of a self-pass traveling on that, too, the way she lopped the ball in again.
I think Crossland was halfway in the air and didn't know if she wanted to shoot or pass.
Anyway, Queens tightened up defensively that time and immediately see a turnover.
Long pass from Rodriguez to Hogan. Underneath, and it's picked off.
They give it back.
There's a loose ball. And it stays with LaGuardia, so a little helter-skelter play going on. And the clock is still, running.
Hogan that time down before she knew where she was going to throw the ball, started to make the pass. That's never a good decision because somebody just stepped in there and just swiped it away.
No, from up here, don't the LaGuardia jerseys look like the old Washington Bullets ones?
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to make that comment, and I'm glad you did.
Which is why they changed the name to Wizards.
But didn't they go to the old Bullet jerseys as the Wizards too now?
Yeah, they went to the red and blue thing.
Yeah.
So LaGuardia.
Cha-cha-cha. I loved that Bullet team, by the way. Earl Monroe played for them at one time, and so did Bernard King. He played for them too.
Yeah, and their best ones were in the late 70s as Hunter is fouled. The 78 team, which won the championship.
E. The Big E.
Is he great or what?
They said, however, one drawback for the Big E. He never met a shot he didn't like. But we'll get beyond that because he could score, boy. He could score.
Domika Hunter misses the first. It's still 13-12 Queensborough, 12:15 to go in the first half.
Maybe I'm not correct, but that might be one of the few free throws they've missed in the first half.
Been pretty efficient so far.
Yeah.
As Jasmine Wint goes to the bench for Anthony Alfaro's Lady Redhawks. Both free throws are missed. Going out of bounds, last touch by LaGuardia. Queensborough ball.
But as you said, this is their first year, so he's doing a pretty fine job with this group.
Yeah. Here's Rodriguez. Canoy puts up a three-pointer, and it's good.
There you go.
Santana Canoy from downtown.
That's Canoy's game also, as well as using the athleticism.
Yeah, she could shoot. I do think she's still better when attacking the basket, but she is a threat. You have to respect it, which only makes her that much dangerous when she goes inside, as LaGuardia will keep it. Sophia Lopez couldn't bring it in.
That's all the more reason, David, to work on that outside shot. Be in the gym, work on it, because you have the other part of your game down, so you're going to become a better player when you do that.
Canoy and Carroll have 12 of the 16 points for Queensborough.
That's a nice little division there between them.
Wave the shot off. There's a 3-second violation against LaGuardia. Ball to Queensborough.
Maybe I should have said divvy up more than division, because that sounds like it's they're dividing the team, but they're doing a good job anyway between the two of them.
And the defense hasn't been bad either. And here's Canoy, who may have been fouled. Rodriguez puts up a three. It's no good. Rebounded by Crossland. Here's Kristen Deere the other way. Deere. And a charge is called. Good job by Sabrina Rodriguez to stand in there.
Rodriguez was right down on that last box down there, and Deere had everything made, and she didn't see Rodriguez down there. She would have had the bucket, but Rodriguez just stood her ground.
Second foul on Deere. How big was Oakman picking up the two early fouls and having to leave 2.5 minutes in?
She had an effect on the game, and now she's sitting on the bench.
Had 4 quick points. Been on the bench for the last 6 minutes, and here's Rodriguez. No good, tipped. And Lopez had it go through her hands, and LaGuardia will have the ball.
But you know, David, as you keep looking at them, those are like a bright red bullet-looking uniform with the colors and everything almost.
Even the style of the lettering as Oakman is in. And there's a three-pointer, and it's no good. Canoy with the long rebound and pushing. And here's Canoy taking it herself and putting it in. 18-12.
Oh, we talked about her outside shooting, but he does that pretty well, too, right there.
And very aggressive play not to give it up. Good defense by Rodriguez to contest the shot, but there's an offensive rebound, and then the shot is off the side of the board. And here's Canoy pushing again. And Canoy is fouled from behind from Hunter.
Whenever you talk about the Queensborough ladies, the first thing you say is they want to run. They like that game, and when they get it going, they're tough to stop. And right now they have it going over the last 2 or 3 minutes.
That's been their style the last several years.
And if you draw the fouls and you can get to the line, those are some easy points too.
So Canoy makes it 19-12.
That Manhattan squad on the women's side, they were very good last year. They had a couple of big girls, and that's they played it all the way down to the final, and they took it home.
Yeah, they beat Hostos right at BMCC. Deanna Fleury. Good job Veronica Sherman did.
She did a great job. She's not there anymore, though.
No team this year.
Nobody's there.
And Rodriguez can't put it in.
Boy, the floodgates have really opened up, though.
Wow.
On the drives.
Yeah. Queensborough with chances, and there's Oakman, and a foul is called again.
No,
traveling is called. Yeah.
She was trying to gauge where she was. She never realized where she was.
She may have been surprised to turn around and see Hogan there.
That's what's going to be my next statement. Hogan just cut her off and didn't leave her anywhere to go.
Queensborough up 20-12. Canoy with 10 points and puts up a three, and it's good. Santana Canoy makes it 23-12.
She says, I don't want to annoy, but I'm Canoy.
Queensborough up by 11. Canoy has more points than LaGuardia. It's 13-12, and Queensborough is up 23-12.
She's definitely lit a fire under them, David.
Here's a three-pointer, and it's good. A much-needed three-pointer, and it's 23-15.
Big shot by Figueroa there. And when you have that shot and you have it open like that, you got to take it, even though you're down by that many points.
And 5 different Lady Redhawks have scored. Nice pass, and the shot is blocked. Ends up in Hogan's hands, and Hogan puts it in off glass. And it's 25-15.
The ball was blocked, and Hogan became a hero.
Was trying to figure out how to incorporate a Hogan's Heroes into there. Glad he took care of it.
That's for your Nick at Night fans.
And there's another turnover, and as you said, the floodgates have opened, and Canoy, the fancy dribbling, and then good defense. Saved it in, though, Rodriguez.
They're really getting the crowd into it, too.
Here's Canoy, puts up a three. No good. Almost got the second bounce.
Yeah, if she would have hit that, we would have heard the biggest noise in this building we heard tonight.
With the new bleachers that you may have noticed, and a new half-court logo. As Gonzalez just rips it away. I think the LaGuardia player may have been waiting for a tie-up, and Gonzalez just ripped it away, and QCC has it. And here's Sophia Lopez. And Canoy may step into another three, and does. And it's short. And got her own rebound underneath the Hogan, and it's in off glass.
Wow!
27-15 Queensborough, a full timeout taken by Anthony Alfaro. And Canoy stating her case for another CUNY Player of the Year award.
I would say so, and they might want to wrap it up and give it to her right now after those 6 minutes she played right.
Should ask Anthony Alfaro right now who he'd vote for.
I wish the season were that easy, David, but she has played a sterling, more than sterling. She's played a sparked up 7 minutes here about.
13 points for Canoy, some fancy passing.
And in every way she's done it, every way.
This was back and forth the first few minutes. Now Queensborough's up by 12. That happened fast.
And I have to give Hogan credit. She knows how to be in the right place at the right time, too.
Yeah, not by luck.
Yeah, that might look like luck at times, David, but you skilled yourself to be the type of player that will help your team. I need to be here. Canoy drives, I got to be here. You know, that's not a given. Those things are not a given. And that's why you see teams throw the ball away, or you see coaches yelling at players, because they don't learn those lessons. You don't have to be a star in this team. Just receive the pass. You got yourself. What does Hogan have? 6 points already? 4 points?
Yeah, she has 4 and Carol has 6.
She didn't do anything to really get those points by herself.
No, and how about David Chambers, his coach now in the second year? Was an assistant here for a while under Joe Medina and also Bob DiNardo for a year.
So now you add 8 points to their 27, and you have a game that's moving out in the blowout proportions instead of a close game. It's even moving that way anyway.
Right. And Queensborough back in the 2-3, and the clock didn't start.
Why didn't it start?
Somebody fell asleep at
That's
the wheel.
what they're going to find out right now.
So it was running before when the ball went out of bounds. They inbound it, and the clock stops.
You know, if you're Canoy also, you have to be very encouraged by what you've done in this past second half. Well, let's say the middle portion of the first half. And, you know, you can't take that to the bank either. You just have to keep doing the same things. You have to keep that intensity. You know, not putting this LaGuardia team down because they've had a good start. And as we said, they're a young team in this conference. They're going to play some really tough opponents down the road with some high stakes coming up. So that's nice to know that they stick to that type of game and, you know, do it time and time out.
7:58 to go in the first. Queensborough up 27-15, and Sabrina Rodriguez only with 2 points.
Well, that's the beauty of being a ball club. You don't have to worry about how many people have points. You just have to get the points and do the things that get the points on the board. And she'll score some points, I guarantee you.
So the teams go to the bench. Is there some issue with the clock?
Yeah, I think they're trying to find out exactly where everything should be, and take the time right now to stop and get it all sorted out. Well, you talked about the Queensborough ladies. We said they have immense talent, and they have over the past, 8 years in the CUNY Conference?
Yeah, in the 4 CUNY championships. And then last year, I said before, Canoy was the 3rd Lady Tiger to win the Player of the Year. Giselle Prentice became the 5th Lady Tiger to win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
The others were Nikki Tiberi, Katrina Robinson, Zakonja Bethea, and remember Olivia Strachan.
Oh, Bethea was a force too. And they've done it even without Joe Medina, and they haven't won the title since Joe Medina exited here, but they've kept the good feel going. They've kept the good players coming in. So you never know. They might have another run in them this year, and we'll see if that takes place.
I think it's tough to say one team is so much better than another one. There's a conference with 5 teams this year, so you can't rule anybody out. But I think if you had to instill a favorite, it would be Queensborough at this point.
Yeah, and a lot of times that is a tough tag to carry with you, too, as we saw the host, the Hostos men carry with them last year. Everybody was shooting after them, and when it came down to the tournament there at BMCC, Queensborough stepped up, had the right game plan, played very feisty basketball, and you only get one shot at that point. And if you don't come with your A+, sometimes you're going to be out. That's why it's not easy to predict anybody's going to go all the way. But this team certainly has the credentials to do it. And I'm sure David Chambers doesn't want to put a lot of pressure on them either, because that is not good, because I think he'd be putting pressure on himself too, because he knows about this team's past and the history, and that's a tough history
And
to
he's
have
been there
to
for it.
compete with as a head coach.
How do you like learning under Joe Medina and Bob DiNardo?
Well, Joe Medina stepped in here and he had a game plan, and it worked out.
There's a long 2, and it's an air ball. There's Megan Hickey now, the new point guard for LaGuardia.
Yeah, they want to get a little feisty quickness in there.
So LaGuardia will inbound.
Obviously, LaGuardia wants to start attacking Queensborough a little more. They've been very much off balance, and the floodgates on the break have opened up.
Here's Kristen Deere, and it's no good. And then a tie-up. Queensborough will get it on the alternating possession arrow, as Carroll was holding on.
She just got ripped at.
Here's a double team. It's Figueroa and Hickey guarding Sabrina Rodriguez. Now Gonzalez. Pass is overthrown. Or do they say deflected?
No, they say overthrown. It'll be LaGuardia ball coming out of the backcourt. And it's been a while since they put some. Well, they had that three-pointer. It was 16-12.
Well, there we go. There's Figueroa for 3, and it's 27-18. 6 points for Figueroa now, and it's a single-digit game again as Sabrina Rodriguez somehow didn't turn it over in the middle of 3 Lady Redhawks. And Gonzalez hits and puts Queensborough up by 11.
Good pass after she came out of that little traffic jam there.
Gonzalez's first points of the game is Hickey.
Double dribbled it.
Yep. Good call.
But as you see, they're taking the game to Queensborough a little bit more now, and they've tried to get back in the game in that fashion.
And with the full court press, now there's a 10-second violation in the women's game this year as Prentice puts up a 3 and hits, and it's 32-18.
I believe that's Prentice's first 3 on the night.
Yep, and she has 5 points, and now Rodriguez guarding Hickey, and they call a backcourt violation. Hickey lost where she was after Rodriguez deflected it.
And then she went back and got the ball and stepped into the backcourt.
And now Hickey will go back to the bench, and Emily Arias is back in for the Lady Redhawks.
She actually got the ball, but then she stepped into the backcourt.
I didn't know if they would say no backcourt violation because of the deflection, but it was a good call as Rodriguez couldn't hit Carroll. Last touched it.
I believe, I didn't see the play solidly, but I believe what she did is she caught the ball, then she went over the line anyway.
Yes.
So that's going to be a backcourt violation when you do that.
Here's Figueroa, who just hit a three, and now Prentice is up on her. Went, nice bounce pass. Deere is fouled.
She would not be denied right
no.
there.
No, it's the 5th foul on Queensborough.
Big play by Deere because they needed that play right there, David. They're down by 14. They were, as I said, playing more aggressively, bringing the game to Queensborough. And over the last couple of minutes, you saw the Lady Tigers just hit the jumper and make some solid plays that took them out of that aggressive style they were in.
That was the 2nd foul on number 22, Ludesi Gonzalez. Is that jumper from Emily Arias is off, and Queensborough has it. And here's Canoy, who may take a pull-up jumper. No, it's Prentice. Prentice, little floater is short. Rebounded, and Canoy with the steal. Canoy almost lost it, got it back, and is fouled. She's been keeping busy and gave it to Prentice and then got it back, and will go to the line for 2.
Prentice, of course, has those deceptive moves where she cuts left. She'll go right by you. She wasn't able to get to the basket, though, and make the shot. And then Canoy, Johnny on the spot again, and she's had a big first half.
3rd foul on Deere, and she'll have to watch the last 5:34 from the bench as Canoy misses the first.
The only thing she hasn't done, she hasn't hit all her free throws, but that's about it.
Maybe one aspect where Queensborough could be better. Sabrina Rodriguez's freshman year, she only shot around 44% from the line.
If you beat the other team by 15, you don't have to be worried about it.
No, but it matters in those close games as Canoy misses both. And a lot of games can become close when you miss free throws. There's an offensive rebound off the missed 3.
However, this one right here, it doesn't look like it's going to be close. I got to say that.
32-20 as Wind heard you and made it a little closer.
They have to play better, David, if they're going to stay in this game with Queensborough. That was a nice shot right there.
32-20 Queensborough, 5:05 to go in the first half. And Canoy being guarded by Figueroa, and now they switch off. And she blows past Wendt, gets it to Lopez, and Lopez high off glass, no good, loose ball. And Canoy dribbles out with it. Here's Prentice for 3. And it rims out. Rodriguez the offensive rebound. Rodriguez to Prentice. Cutting inside, and that shot rims out. And the rebound by McIntosh.
As you see, the Lady Tigers don't give you much time to reset yourself. They'll just go right back at it. See what they do this time down.
Here's Wendt. And traveling is called.
Moved the feet before she took the shot.
May have been surprised by how open she was. That can happen on occasion.
And I think the Lady Tigers have just taken them out of their game because they keep the pace going at their pace.
Here's Canoy to Fidel. Fidel going baseline underneath. Pass was tipped out of bounds. Will stay with QCC with 17 on the shot clock.
That was not a good pass. It was across the baseline. Nobody there to receive it, but fortunately Queensborough stays with the ball here. Lucky
it didn't lead to fast break opportunity the other way. And here's Canoy. Canoy going to the basket underneath, then dribbles out. Bounce pass, here's Fidel. Inside, and traveling is called. Too many steps, and LaGuardia has it.
Yeah, she was dribbling out of control, knocked herself off balance. I think she got hit a little bit too, but they're going to call the travel on that.
So under 4 minutes to go, LaGuardia down by a dozen. Here's Figueroa, and it hit the shot clock.
Their shooting has been nil here in this first half. Yeah, you know, Dave, if they've been able to shoot the ball, they might be able to nudge their way back in this game, but they haven't been able to hit the shot.
Right, outside of a three-pointer here and there, it's been nothing consistent as Canoy throws up a wild one. It's tipped around, and LaGuardia has it. And Wendt. And a blocking foul is called on Prentice.
That's a good call. A lot of times those are hairline calls, but if you see the defensive player is still backing up when that foul occurs, then she did not establish position. So I'd have to say she wasn't in position to get the charge call there.
So she gets run over and she gets called for a foul.
That hurts, but you have to accept it.
16th foul on Queensborough.
And for her sake, she's solidly built, so she can deal with that a little bit.
That pass somehow went through the legs of Figueroa, and Canoy with it for the Lady Tigers. And Canoy to Prentice. Prentice will dribble out. Here's Fidel, a long jumper is no good. Settling for 3 when maybe they could have had a layup.
Yes.
And there's Oakman making it a 10-point game, 32-22.
Well, there's no doubt about it. When Oakman has been in the game, she's made her presence felt.
Just has to stay out of foul trouble.
She stayed out for quite a while there.
Yeah. Near Santana Canoy. Canoy to the basket, underneath, and traveling is called. Good team defense played on Canoy.
Yeah, they've done a better job on Canoy over the past 3 minutes.
I think that extended timeout was 7:58 to go. It seems like since then they've clamped down.
I think LaGuardia decided let's close the lane on her a little bit.
Make somebody else beat them, and here's Wendt being guarded by Hogan. Down low, Oakman misses, and Canoy swoops in with the rebound. Canoy the other way, all the way to the basket, left hand off glass, and it's good.
Of course, that's hard to stop, but you have to keep up with her, and she gets up court pretty well.
Already 15 points for Canoy.
Did that with the left hand, too.
Figueroa for 3, and it's no good. Oakman the rebound. The putback is no good. Another rebound, and she's fouled.
Yeah, I was going to say on the last trip down, this Oakman is pretty sturdy in there. She's going to give Queensborough some problems if she does not encounter any further difficulty.
Would have been interesting had she not been in foul trouble if LaGuardia would have tried to slow it down a bit and then just pound it inside.
I think there's no doubt about that, David, because they cannot play at Queensborough's pace.
And the first free throw is no good. Anthony Alfaro, a coach that likes to run.
Maybe not in this case, though.
No.
And when you have a weapon like Oakman, you have to use her, but she's not a good free throw shooter, as you can see.
Oakman misses both, but Figueroa had the rebound. They still can't score, and here's Canoy again coming back. And Canoy counted on the foul. Santana Canoy with 17 points.
You know what? I thought maybe they would whistle a travel on that, but she might have been one step right, a misstep away. But she was able to float it in the basket, and she gets the bucket and a foul.
36-22.
And she has, what, 18 points around that
She
area?
will if she makes this free throw.
Okay.
And it's 18.
A little delayed reaction from the crowd here.
37-22, 1:57 to go in the half.
That opens it up to 15, and they go into the zone now. So they're going to force Oakman to be double teamed.
Wow, that was right to Fidel. Figueroa between her and the basket, and then takes a shot herself. Surprised she didn't just give it to Canoy. Go with the hot hand. And then a double dribble is called.
She wasn't paying attention on that. She just grabbed the ball and was in a little la-la land on that one.
One
she
person
didn't know
who was
what
paying
she was doing with it.
One person who was paying attention was the ref, who called double dribbling.
First thing you have to do when you're a guard is put that ball on the floor.
And Prentice misses, and Oakman didn't even have to really move and had the rebound.
Nice pass.
And the baseline shot is good. It's Figueroa who makes it 37-24. Figueroa with the quiet 8-point.
She's played a good first half for them.
Leading scorer for the Lady Redhawks. And Canoy to Prentice. Nice pass to Hogan. That shot is long to Carroll, no good. Canoy underneath. Dribbles out. And Canoy for 3. It's good! Santana Canoy from downtown. 21 points.
Definitely one of the top players in this conference, in this region. And who knows, she might be the top player in this conference this year if she plays like that.
Wow. 40-24, Queensborough leads, 52 seconds to go in the first half. 21 points.
Of course, we have to get a look at all the teams, and then we'll tell you. That's not important right now, anyway.
LaGuardia could go 2 for 1. There's a dangerous pass thrown in traffic. Keep it, and here's Figueroa. And a foul is called with 32 seconds to go.
Let me tell you, Canoy almost got them to turn that ball over, too, because she was right in the outside passing lane and just missed the pickoff, and then they had to hurry a pass to the right side. But give credit to Figueroa. She made something out of it and gets them at least a chance to go to the line here.
First foul on Lopez. First free throw is good. It's 40-25. 2-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. See if Queensborough holds it.
They probably won't.
40-26.
Well, coach is pointing up at the clock to them, so maybe they are. Let's see.
Here's Canoy. If she has a lane, she's going for it, regardless of the clock. Fidel. 10 on the shot clock. A little bit of trouble. Good defense by Figueroa.
Caught the ball back on the end line, so it's going to be LaGuardia ball.
LaGuardia has it 5 and 3/10 seconds to go.
Yeah, actually, David, it's wise to run that when you're down to that many seconds, because you might need that in a game that's very tight in the future.
And then trips over it. Clock running, 2 seconds, 1. Arias got it off, but it's no good. And at halftime, Queensborough leads LaGuardia 40-26. And Shantana Canoy leading the way with 21 points.
You know, as funny as it might sound, I think LaGuardia will accept that first half, and they'll come back in the locker room and say, let's see what we can do maybe to do things differently in the second half and stay in this game here on Queensborough's court. Obviously, Canoy has been the difference in this first half, and the other Lady Tigers who play together very well, but they've got a little bit of catching up to do. It's going to be interesting to see how they approach this.
We have LaGuardia at halftime. Figueroa in double-digit scoring with 10. Oakman played a solid half. And for Queensborough, Rodriguez and Prentice combined for 7 points, and they still lead by 14.
Yeah, well, you know, as you said, and you said, wow, after that last move. Canoy has been dynamic, and if there's been one dynamic player in the game, she is it, and that is the difference on the scoreboard, at least to the tune it is now, 40-26. I would say, you know, Queensborough, the way they played, should be up by at least 4 or 5 points, but they've been able to blow it out to 14, and that's why I say, on this level, with these type of girls, it's going to be interesting to see what approach LaGuardia takes in the second half, because it could become worse, or it could become a little bit better. We'll see.
Start of the second half, Red Hawks 26, Tigers 40.
Second half about to begin. Queensborough leading LaGuardia 40-26. Shantana Canoy leading the way with 21 points. Here's LaGuardia's first possession of the second half. The shot was no good by Emily Arias. Their loose ball going out of bounds, and it will stay with the Red Hawks.
You realize that Canoy's first half total, some people get that for the whole year. No, she had a very good first half.
Here's Oakman. I think they're going to keep pounding it inside this half. There's 8 points for Oakman.
I got to be right with you on that one.
40-28.
That's what I would do, David. I keep going to Oakman.
Here's Rodriguez for three. It's no good. Underneath, counted on the foul. Carroll will go to the line to finish the conventional three-point play.
I believe she has 8 points now. And,
yep.
There's where the team concept comes into play. You know, somebody hoists up the shot. You have a hanger there. Carroll has a bit of size, as you can see. Can get to the basket. Has those green sneakers and made the play.
Free throw is no good. LaGuardia can't afford to trade baskets, though, this half.
When you have green sneakers, you're telling people, watch out.
Wint misses from in close. And here's Canoy back the other way. And there's Rodriguez right in front of the Queensborough bench. And it's short, and Prentice, the offensive rebound, and the shot is too strong. Canoy, the offensive rebound. Here's Rodriguez going inside. Off glass, no good. Carroll, a rebound. Counted, and the foul.
Watch out.
Wow. 10 points for Carroll now, 44-28 Queensborough.
You like what you see with the Lady Tigers. Canoy was taking charge. Now Carroll, she's a good-looking ball player, by the way.
It's got to be the shoes, right?
If you notice, Dave, and I was just noticing, each one of the Queensborough ladies has a different color pair of sneakers out there. One's blue, one's green, one's red. So maybe, do they do it like that on purpose?
I'm not sure.
To designate how they're going to play?
That's the key to the game.
Maybe you look down, you see that pair of sneakers, you know where you're going with the ball. I don't know.
And there's Arias missing a three, and Hogan with the rebound. Wonder if they get to a point when they start pressing Queensborough a little bit. That gave them some trouble in the first few minutes of this game.
Have to do something.
Here's Prentice, and there's a foul called. No basket, it was before the shot.
The girl was hanging on her arm there a little bit.
Already the third team foul on LaGuardia this half. Second foul on Arias.
Yep. Yes. All right, ball will be thrown in by the Queensborough Lady Tigers. They've taken charge immediately in the second half.
Hogan's shot was blocked, Carroll's shot was blocked, Rodriguez's shot is good, and it's 46-28.
There you go. How many Lady Tigers come at you, and how many times can you stop them?
It is never one and done with this team.
No.
There's a three-pointer from Figueroa, no good. Nobody there for the rebound, though. Counted on the foul.
Woo.
It was McIntosh who will try to finish the three-point play. Mariah McIntosh has her first points of the game.
Yeah, I gave that little sound there because if that basket wasn't needed, I don't know when one would be needed. And that was a hard phrase to say, when one would be needed.
And there was the second foul on Prentice, and it's now 46-31.
This might be one of the taller Lady Tiger teams that we've seen in several years, too. In terms of girls who can move, and they have height and athletic ability.
I think that's the greatest. I think they were trying to figure out if it's that one free throw or two. Just one. Finishing the three-point play. Rodriguez, dangerous pass.
Yeah, dangerous because Carroll was not set in there. Although she wanted the ball. She was asking for the ball, and the ball goes out of bounds.
When do you slow it up if you're Queensborough up by 15 in the second half?
You got to make sure she's down there able to accept the pass because she was not, although she was calling for the ball.
Here's Arias being guarded by Canoy. There's a shot, no good, loose ball. LaGuardia with it, Jasmine Wint. Pass is picked off by Hogan.
That's a terrible pass to make.
Speaking of terrible passes, LaGuardia has it now. Figueroa lost the handle on it. And here's Wint's shot, and it's good, and it's 46-33.
Well, she makes up for it with a big outside shot, Wint.
And Wint now has 7 points.
In it went.
In Mike Flint, right? It's close enough.
Now they have to play defense.
And almost a turnover. Prentice, a long 2, and it's no good. See if David Chambers takes a timeout if LaGuardia scores on this possession. Here's Wint, and Canoy has it. One player between her and the basket, tilted in the foul. Canoy again.
What has happened? Every turn of this game, Canoy has popped up somewhere. And that's an opportunistic ball player. That's what that is.
Queensborough back up by 15. What a swing. LaGuardia trying to cut it to 10 or 11. Now it's 15, maybe 16. And Canoy with 23 points. Canoy's free throw is short. She's missed 3. Maybe the one hole in her game, and Carroll is fouled.
David was waving to somebody, just threw me completely off. But anyway, Carroll doing it again inside David. Canoy, Carroll.
So tough to guard down low, yeah.
Rodriguez. They have a lot of girls with size this year. That is something they haven't had for a couple of seasons.
Yeah, and now second chance points, third chance points, fourth chance points.
We were talking about that Manhattan Ball Club last year. Maybe they took a page out of that and said, no, maybe we need a little taller girl, too, to compete with a team like that.
And that was fine because BMCC wasn't a deep team. Only had about 7 or 8. Yes.
And they were well coached, and they had some pretty good guards.
And you can only have 5 on the court at a time, as Veronica Sherman liked to say.
Yeah, it's funny, but that's the way they've been going the last several years. They haven't had very deep squads. At one time, they had all the best players in the conference.
That three-pointer is no good. Loose ball tipped. And Oakman has it and scores, and it's 48-35.
Oakman putting in her 2 cents, which is plenty.
Double-digit scoring for Oakman now. Queensborough still leads by 13, 16 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Here's Carroll. A shot is blocked by Oakman.
That might spark up LaGuardia a little bit. That might.
It was effortless.
And you said that effortlessly, too. Look, BMCC winning last year, that was a bit of deja vu the way I looked at it. I was sitting downstairs before the game. I had spent so many times in that gym where they were just routing the opposition. That was a big championship win for them.
Remember, Hostos made it a close game at the end. They went on like a 20-2 run, and there's no whistle. And Queensborough will have it with 7 on the shot clock.
But, you know, just like with Queensborough's men in the past, and the Queensborough ladies, more the men here at Queensborough, teams would go in that gym that have no chance against BMCC at the end of the year. I mean, scores would be like 50-14.
Prentice's 3 is no good. Rodriguez the rebound. Carroll had to go through her hands, got it back. Loose ball, LaGuardia with it. Figueroa is on the floor again. Bounce pass for Wint. Was not expecting it, and Queensborough has it back.
They had an opportunity there, David, but they couldn't transport the ball up court properly. That is obviously not the strength of their game. But they're getting more aggressive here, trying to shut off Queens. Let's see if it has any effect.
By the way, to finish the point on the BMCC, you were talking about the late 90s, early 2000s were not even close games.
My friend did a game. I think Queensborough played them. I don't want to bring it up. I think Queensborough scored 6 points the whole game.
Prentice, there's a long 2. It's no good.
Might have been Kingsborough.
I think it was Kingsborough. It was 57-5.
Yeah, it was Kingsborough.
And that was a championship game.
Right.
And they beat Queensborough in the championship game 53-22 is Wint hits.
Queensborough didn't do much better sometimes at that time.
And it's 48-37, LaGuardia hanging around.
They had such good players. You just saw the other team had no chance.
The 2001 team, I think, was the best for national runners-up.
That girl Sissoko, who came from France, she was incredible. She belonged maybe in Division I. And I remember the coach there, Rodney Carr, at the time was telling me, she comes in the locker room with her French accent. She just lights up the whole thing, and she dominates out there on the court. Yes, coach, I will score today. So suave, you know. But anyway, it's 48-37. LaGuardia has made a little bit of an account for themselves over this last couple of minutes. They have to keep playing hard. Let's see what's going on the Queensborough bench right now.
Yeah, it was 14-point lead at halftime. Now down to 11. LaGuardia just hanging around, I think, what would you say, try to cut it to 5 or 6 with a few minutes to go, keep yourself in striking distance.
And if you're Queensborough, what you want to do here is you want to understand this game's not over yet, and they've been playing like that over the past couple of minutes. Make your passes sharp. Don't give them opportunities they don't deserve. And get the ball to the people that are going to put points on the board again, because this is not a big enough lead
Mainly
yet.
Shantana Canoy.
Yeah, mainly. And Carroll, of course, was doing a good job earlier on, but Prentice has struggled a little bit with her shooting. I think that would have helped if she would have hit a couple of those jumpers.
And Rodriguez also.
She hasn't really been a factor,
No.
So there are things to work on. I mean, this hasn't been a totally effortless game right now for Queensborough to this point.
So Rodriguez will inbound.
And they're going to back up, and they're going to try to force Queensborough into a tough shot here.
Don't need to full court press. Still
Not
15
now.
minutes to go.
No.
No. Don't have to. Could if you wanted to, but Anthony
pick them
Alfaro.
up at midcourt, make the passes difficult, you know.
And here's Canoy. Rodriguez being guarded by Arias. Rodriguez, good defense.
Yeah,
and a turnover.
Passes were difficult.
Here's Wendt up ahead. Arias, shot was blocked by Rodriguez. And Queensborough will have it. It was last touched by Wendt.
Yeah, she almost carried that out of bounds. But as you can see, they're challenged when they try to get up court with the ball. Go ahead.
And Prentice and Canoy were having a word with each other, some miscommunication. And now Rodriguez handling the point guard duties.
All things to be aware of course, as you watch this team progress.
Rodriguez trying to stay in.
She got forced out.
And the foul is on Arias. And that will be her fourth.
She's played pretty well, so they can't afford to sit her right now.
Well, they're going to sit her
They
right
don't
now.
have to, yeah.
One more and she's done. So with 14:28 still to go, Arias will go to the bench in favor of Jennifer Crossland. Now here's Hogan. Nice pass to Canoy. To Carroll, and it's good.
Oh, that was nicely done, David. That
And
ball was almost hidden on LaGuardia the way that pass came out.
50-37 and a dozen points for Carroll. And Wendt underneath. The defense forgot about her, and it's 50-39. And Wendt now in double-digit scoring, 11 points.
Yeah, Queensborough almost got lulled to sleep that time.
Here's Rodriguez. Tough shot is no good. And LaGuardia can make it a single-digit game, and there's a long pass, and it's picked off by Prentice.
Playing center field on that one.
Yeah. Nice pass to Carroll, and it's 52-39.
Nice pass is right. You know, it wasn't fancy. It was just the proper pass to make.
And Carroll doing a good job being in position to catch these good passes and hit the layups.
Well, that's why the play was good entirely, because if you have a girl like her, you have to use her.
Crossland's three-pointer, no good. Hogan chases it down. Now LaGuardia in danger, which is a big point of the game for them.
In fact, Lehman College in the Bronx used to have a Carroll on their team who plays a lot like this girl right here.
Prentice missed the jumper. Figueroa then cut right through the defense. Wendt, baseline jumper, no good. There's a rebound by Figueroa, and she'll go to the line for two.
Big putback. Figueroa's been on the money tonight when she's been in there, and she hasn't been in foul difficulty.
About three different players in double figures for LaGuardia. Oakman, Wendt, and Figueroa.
See if she can make the free throws. These become important now.
Three girls have combined for 31 of the 39 LaGuardia points. That one is off. And the foul was the second on Whitney Hogan.
And that's another thing the Queensborough Lady Tigers have done. They've stayed out of foul trouble. They really don't have any foul difficulty tonight.
Not much, only 2 on them this half. LaGuardia already with 6 as the free throws are split. 52-40. Figueroa now with the 11 points.
10-point game. 2 3-pointers, you're right back in it.
Yeah, we got 12-point game.
12-point game, sorry. I knew I should have finished that math class.
There's Canoy to Fidel. No good. Loose ball. And there's another offensive rebound.
Figueroa trying to get to that ball.
If LaGuardia could pull down some of these rebounds, that would go a long way.
Hit a couple of threes, get a couple of rebounds, make their foul shots. That's what they have to do. They almost have to play, excellent basketball at this point.
And that's last touched by the Lady Redhawks.
Because they don't have explosiveness, that's for sure. But if they can be steady, they might be able to work their way back in here.
Yep. Comes past, loose ball.
Oh, they're battling for that ball.
There's a tie-up. And it will stay with Queensborough. 23 on the shot clock.
Try as she might, Deere could not pry that ball away.
Well, at least Queensborough has time to work on their inbounds plays. And a foul is called. How was he able to see in that pile?
She got squeegeed in there. That's a tough inbounds pass to make. 2 girls there.
And that's 5. That's 5 on Deere, and she's done.
She's not leaving right now, though. Coach is getting somebody up to replace her, though.
I think the ref is saying it.
Well, they lose one of their taller girls, so that's not going to help right now. Coach is getting her all prepared to go in, and it's going to take Deere out now. She has to leave, I mean.
And Deere will have to miss the last 12 minutes and 39 seconds of this game.
Now let's see if Carroll can make these free throws. This is all the way a young player makes their mark in a program.
Misses the front end of a 1-and-1. Queensborough will be shooting free throws the rest of the way, though, on fouls.
You know, she's had a good game to this point.
Here's Wint. And Wint was on the line. Queensborough ball. Seems like every time LaGuardia is getting close, there's a turnover.
Well, that's indecisiveness, David. You know, they try to make the play, then they're not sure they can make the play, and she didn't realize she was right on the baseline there and just stepped out of bounds. I want to go right, but then I have the baseline cutting me off. Maybe I should have went left, but, realize it,
And Carroll goes to the bench for Queensborough.
That baseline, that end line becomes an extra defender sometimes.
Yes. Here's Canoy. Only 2 points this half after 21 in the first.
See that? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say Canoy spin move. And then a foul is called.
I was going to say, David, Canoy navigated the baseline that time. She went quickly along it, came out to the left. They had no answer there, and then she got the ball quickly inside. So she got everybody out of position by doing that, and then passed the ball and made a good pass. And that is what is called court awareness.
And LaGuardia could not use the baseline as an extra defender there.
Well, you got to know how to do it, and Canoy's an expert at it, obviously.
And Canoy hits the first, 53-40.
Or at least on this level, she's an expert. Yeah.
There's some cheering going up from the LaGuardia contingency.
They've been in this game tonight. They have nothing to be ashamed about.
No, it's 54-40. The Queensborough crowd now into it, heckling the LaGuardia crowd. There's a turnover. Prentice the other way. Canoy trailing. Prentice will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have to take that all away and take your chances on getting it blocked, but chances are you're going to get fouled, and she was. Because she has the wide body, so it's hard to reach around her to get that ball.
Each team with 14 points in the first 8 minutes of this half. Right where we were, 14-point game.
You know, when I say they have nothing to be ashamed of, it really is good to be in these type of games early in the year because you really learn a lot from it. And you play an opponent like Queensborough, you know what you're up against as the season goes on. It's a good early season game.
It's tough LaGuardia because they're in their first year. As Prentice makes both, it's 56-40. What's tough is they're not going to be allowed to play in the Region 15 tournament. So really the CUNY is their whole season. As Canoy goes up ahead for Prentice, and Prentice can't finish.
She missed the gimme. She didn't quite know where she was to lay that ball up.
Queensborough will have it back though.
I think she thought she was on the right side of the basket. She wound up being on the left side of the basket and wasn't able to get it up to the box.
There was a foul on Figueroa, and Megan Hickey is back in for LaGuardia.
Well, the game is slanted back Queensborough's way because the pace is all their pace now. Whenever Queensborough gets out and runs, the game tilts the other way.
So a kickball called on Queensborough, and LaGuardia has it. Down 56-40, 11:43 remaining.
I heard Garo Upremian was a big fan of those kickballs.
And still remembered for a pass he tried to throw in a Super Bowl.
He was one of the finest comedians as a kicker that ever lived, I think.
And there's another kickball. Figueroa puts it in. It's 56-42.
And of course, her teammates call her Figgy, I guess, like the former Yankee.
And there's Ludesi Gonzalez. The lead is back up to 16. It's 58-42.
They've had an answer every time, so that's good. That's good.
And Megan Hickey puts it in off glass. Her first points of the game. It's 58-44.
Time will be taken here. Somebody has to stop the time right now because this is like an all-you-can-eat festival in terms of points.
The issue is it an injury to Sophia Lopez maybe being attended to by the trainer?
That pace might have hurt somebody going up and down like that.
And Canoy goes to the bench. Queensborough still up by 14. I think she'll stay on the bench unless it becomes a closer game, but it's back up to 16. Ludesi Gonzalez again. Wynn tries to answer back. It's no good. And now Figueroa to Hickey. Back to Figueroa, who launches a three, and it's an air ball. Prentice collides with Hickey. You know who took the brunt of that one?
Prentice?
No.
It's a coming this way, and Prentice is going to shoot. I was going to say, mark of really good teams. When Canoy goes to the bench, the other girl comes in for her, but plays the same way. You don't really lose a lot in terms of team balance. You've seen, David, how many, and it's going to be a timeout right now. You've seen how many teams do that. Like the Chicago Bulls last year, they lose rows, but they still play the same type of game, and they're able to cover up that injury for the most part. Of course, when you play the Heat or somebody, you're just gonna you run out of answers. And that's what I mean, and that's probably where the Knicks are having their problems right now. They don't blend as a unit to the point where when one guy goes out, another guy comes in, plays the same way, and they keep presenting that same dilemma to you.
Right.
Of course, the Nets don't have it going on at all that way either right now. So,
in this game, it's interesting. 9.5 minutes into the second, LaGuardia already committed 10 fouls. Queensborough will be in the double bonus the rest of the way. The Lady Tigers have only committed 2.
Because you were talking about team fouls?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's been their ally, and that big girl being out of the game again has been their ally.
Yeah.
Figueroa going to the bench has been an ally to them.
Then they had Deer foul out, and Emily Arias has 4.
And exactly what I said, the fact that when maybe you had to make Canoy get a little bit of rest, Carroll stepped in there and started playing a big game inside. And then as soon as Canoy went to the bench, we saw Gonzalez do exactly the same thing that Canoy had been doing. So you may not have a Canoy in the game, but you have an Imo Canoy, And that's almost as good because now the basic team chemistry presented to LaGuardia still has them scampering all over the place.
I think Anthony Alfaro in these early season games is concerned with the team chemistry and everything.
Yeah, that's important. I mean, this team doesn't have enough of a history to lean back on any period of success. They had a big game against Queensborough, but from what we heard, Queensborough had many problems that night, and they're going to have some problems. So.
Yep. Missed the CUNY tournament last year, actually, where the odd team out as Prentice hits the free throw at 61-44.
But you said Bob DiNardo has a lot of work to do there, and I'll tell you, that's nothing new for him.
No.
Everywhere he's gone, except here at Queensborough, he's always had a lot of work to do. So he'll dig in and he'll start doing it.
Free throws are split. Talk about the Baruch job we sometimes bring up. Remember, he won 2 games his first year, 99-2000.
Right.
Had a 97-point loss.
And then
that
he
year.
went to Concordia, and he had a lot of work to do there. You know, he's never had it easy. Let's put it that way.
Rodriguez puts it in off glass at 63-44. Lead is up to 19. Hickey launches a 3. It's no good. A bit of desperation time for LaGuardia with that 3.
So give him a little Rodriguez, give him a little Gonzalez, and you don't know where you're going after a while.
There's an air ball.
Of course, this game is out to 19 now.
There were a few games we did last year which we kind of said were over, and then they got close as Oakman makes it 17, 63-46. Oakman a quiet dozen points.
And some foul difficulties, too. Yeah.
Yes. Rodriguez couldn't do it again.
Nice drive, though. She
Yeah.
hung to the last moment. Just couldn't put it in.
Figueroa long, and Gonzalez was right there for the rebound, and Rodriguez saves it in. LaGuardia not pressing yet.
No, this is more of an open court game right now.
Really is. You're not used to seeing this, are you?
Well, Queensborough doesn't mind this pace at
No.
all.
There's a foul against LaGuardia.
Who took the big part of that hit right there? Was it Prentice right there, you think?
Hickey called for her second foul.
I would say after you play young Miss Prentice, you have had yourself a rough night, because she'll run into you, she'll run over you. She's sturdy.
And now with the line. Hits the first at 64-46.
And as I said, very similar to a lady they had here a few years ago. And I mentioned her name before, Robinson.
Yeah,
Plays
Katrina Robinson.
That type of game. So it's a factory now. They're getting girls that fit that mold, that play that game, and that's what you have here at Queensborough. It's very nice to watch year after year.
Prentice puts the free throws. There's a loose ball. LaGuardia has it. 9 minutes to go. Queensborough up by 18. Queensborough in their 2-3. Hickey misses. And then stripped was Gonzalez. There's a loose ball. Refs don't blow the whistle quickly. A lot of others might have called that a tie-up.
Saint Ball.
And Canoy to Rodriguez. Air ball.
Short.
Crowd getting into it.
I was saying St. Paul because the Falcons also wear red, and that's the football matchup tonight. So, look.
They fell asleep, and there's Prentice making it a 20-point game.
And you could see the coach getting very upset on that last inbounds play. That's the type of play he doesn't want to see.
You don't see too many happy coaches losing by 20 points.
Yeah, but...
Prentice right through the legs of Hickey. Canoy almost behind the back, and then turned it over.
All right now.
And the blocking foul is called on Prentice.
You don't want to say, bring it down a little bit, girls, but you have to. You know, they're having
Until
fun.
there's a turnover like that, and then you say, all right.
Fun. They're having fun.
That was the third foul on Prentice.
Now, you know, you were saying you don't see too many coaches, and you're right. Down by 20, they're happy. But when you give away the ball like that, that really burns them, because that's a given 2 points. Queensborough doesn't need any help getting their points tonight, obviously.
Falling asleep on the inbounds like that, and Prentice putting it in off glass. There's Went along 2 is no good. Rodriguez, nice bounce pass to Prentice, loose ball. Gonzalez picks it up, it's blocked from behind, and there's a tie-up. Ball goes to LaGuardia, 7:53 remaining.
And every aspect of elegance has left this ball game right now. Let's put it that way. It's just Katie barred the door. That's what they call this.
Well, if LaGuardia has any chance to get back in, it's got to start now.
Stampede basketball.
There was a pop-up caught by Queensborough.
Got a little baseball in there,
yeah.
too.
Now I'll stay with QCC.
I got you. You're going. Where are we going? I don't know. I'm just going. There was a foul. Was there a foul called on that? No, just an out of bounds.
Now a timeout called.
But we again had contact, as you saw. And coach is bringing them over, and I think bringing them over just so nobody gets hurt right now. You don't want to see an injury at this point in the game.
No. So 7:39 to go. Queensborough up 66-46.
Because there have been some pretty good hits delivered over the last 2 minutes.
LaGuardia, every time they looked like they were going to try to make a run coming back, they turned it over. So it seemed somebody would step on the line, or they turned it over, and it would lead to a basket the other way.
You have to be careful, though, David. I don't know how many times a team has the game in the bag, and they leave a player out there, and then they get reckless, hit the floor, knee injury, goodbye. They lose that player, and you don't want that to happen. So right now you have to instruct these girls.
The Queensborough women's game against Hostos we did last year, where they were up by 22 or 25 when you called it over, and Hostos lost by only 10.
Yeah, they stuck right in there. Because Hostos, of course, turned out to be a pretty good team at the end of the year.
It's a nice problem to have. How do we hold these 20-point leads?
I saw a girl anyway play for Francis Lewis many years ago, 2000. She had such a promising career, wound up being a head coach in the CUNY. Diane, I can't remember her last name, banged her knee on the floor. It was a blowout against Bertram, and it pretty much decimated what she could have done the rest of the way going into college.
Hogan was called for traveling, so LaGuardia has it. Queensborough ran a pretty good inbounds play. Gonzalez just couldn't finish, and there's a three-pointer by Arias, and may have grazed the basket, but Gonzalez touched it last. LaGuardia ball.
LaGuardia down by 20. Let's see what they opt for here. They're going with a stack down across the left of the lane.
There's Wint. And that pass is turned over. Queensborough with numbers. Rodriguez to Canoy. Canoy. No foul called. LaGuardia ball.
Obviously for LaGuardia, they're still trying to run some set plays, do something positive, and it's been a little discouraging to see them throw the ball away the way they have. So
now do you get to the point if you're Queensborough where you say, all right, let's slow it down? 7-11 to go up by 20?
Let's not be reckless, like I said, because of the injury factor. You don't want to have injuries at this point. There's no need for it,
right.
You know?
That pass is intercepted. Rodriguez up ahead on a bounce to Prentice. Canoy off glass, and it's good.
She must have heard Canoy behind her. I don't know how she saw her to make that pass. She just turned around real quick.
27 points for Canoy, a 22-point lead for Queensborough.
Did you see Prentice that time up? She didn't barrel anywhere. She just took her time. She was a little more cautious. Got to ask David if maybe he explained that to them on the bench off that timeout. You know, just don't get out of hand now.
And there's Carroll, and she'll go to the line for two. And you said she reminds you of another Carroll.
Yeah, there was a girl at Lehman, Tiana Carroll. And she might be related to her. I have no idea. But she played the same type of game. This girl, Carroll's pretty big. She has some size, and she's not afraid to take it to the basket. Lots of times you see girls with height, but they're indecisive about going. She's not. And she's made some big mop-up plays in there earlier in the game, right? she got them off on their key note in the second half. She was the one that started it off, if you remember.
And now Queensborough's up 69-46. Carroll, very quiet, 15 points with 6:31 remaining.
Very quiet, but not so quiet because of the way she's done it, too, at the specific times that they've needed it.
Right.
You know? Just thought I'd throw that in there.
Carroll splits the free throws. Queensborough still up by 23. Emily Arias to Figueroa. Down low, that's off the side of the board. Back outside. Went. Down low, here's Oakman. Was too close. Threw it right into the rim.
Yeah, they got even Oakman out of her game now.
Yeah. Here's Prentice for three. And that's short and rebounded by Figueroa.
Bullseye.
Long pass, good defense by Prentice.
My old friend Jim Carvelis used to call him Bullseye. He was a real basketball fan, Jim Carvelis. He passed away about 10 years ago, 8 years ago. What a man to talk basketball with. He was tremendous. He used to be the announcer for the Baltimore Bullets, by the way, at one time. But now that we're talking about the red uniform.
From up here, they really look so much like the Bullets uniforms. It's distracting.
Jim Carvelis was about as entertaining as you can get, rest his soul, and I was working on the ball game with him, keeping halftime, doing a halftime, and we'd sit in the press room before the game and talk basketball. He could talk basketball all day, and somebody told him, Jim, the tip's going up in about 5 minutes. He was terrific. He'd just step in there and do the game. He was incredible.
69-48. Figueroa actually has 15 points.
Of course, he was also the voice of the Cosmos in their glory years. Terrific TV voice.
Does that remind you of another Baltimore announcer, Chuck Thompson, who did the Colts and Orioles?
Oh.
There's Figueroa again at 69-50. Figueroa with 17 points, only 5.5 minutes remaining.
Well, this ball game's been over for a little bit, but kudos to LaGuardia because they're playing just as hard as they were before, so you have to like that.
Encouraging sign for Anthony Alfaro. Prentice down to 7 on the shot clock. Lopez lost it, and then Canoy got it right back. Canoy, nice pass. Fidel underneath, it's good off glass. 71-52.
Yeah, and if there's one thing we've learned about LaGuardia tonight, they really need to work on their transition game off turnovers or anything of the sort.
And making crisper passes as Oakman misses the turnaround. And Canoy in no rush now. Drama to see if she can get to 30 points. She's at 27. Well, I would have given her 30.
I would have. But no dice.
And there's a foul at the other end.
Carroll with the size going after the taller girl to try to get her from behind, and she might have been an inch too short there. Of course, if you're a foot short, you have a real problem.
That was the third foul on Carroll. Hogan also has 3 as Oakman misses the free throw. 4:29 remaining.
That's the problem with these big girls or guys. If they can't shoot free throws, you can put them at the line. Dwight Howard?
Carroll rebounds the miss. Rodriguez in no rush. See if they go 4 corners here. I'm not slowing it up as much as I thought. Rodriguez misses. Only about 11 seconds into the shot clock. And then lost the handle on it. And then traveling is called. Traveling on Fidel.
See, you like what you see on the LaGuardia bench. They're clapping
Right.
hands. They're giving people, encouragement. So, it's a 21-point game. They're not giving up on the season yet. Like you said, this CUNY season is going to be their season, too. So
there's Prentice the other way. putting it in off glass, and it's 73-50 with 4 minutes to play.
She has to have about 10 now, right?
Yeah, she has 13 by my count.
13.
We'll have double-digit scores tonight. And the foul is called.
Just about everybody's gotten into the act in some regard.
Rodriguez couldn't believe she was called for the foul.
Well,
6 players in double digits.
That's too bad.
Nobody ever seems to believe it when they're called for a foul.
Especially if you play the Utah Utes in Utah. They never committed a foul in that place.
What is a Ute anyway? Is it like my cousin Vinny, these 2 Utes?
I can't get into that jargon. But the fans believe that they never commit a foul there.
Canoy has 30 points, and it's 76-50 Queensborough.
You like those type of fans. They're right behind you.
It's Figueroa off glass, 76-52.
Keep it going. Figueroa's had a nice game.
19 points.
Good rotation for that girl. She knows how to play the game.
Canoy takes another 3.
Oh!
No good on that one.
That would have been the big prize of the night, right?
Good thing about taking the starters out now, I guess, right up by 24 with 2:55 to play. LaGuardia ball.
Except for Canoy, they wanted to get her 30, right?
But now she has her 30.
And she has it, okay. So they'll be taking her out now, I presume.
Well, we have a timeout here. Queensborough leading 76-52. This has been a machine on offense for Queensborough.
Well, who would you even speculate, and I won't hold you to it, would be a major obstacle for Queensborough at this point? Who would you... Just thinking
I'm not
about.
Sure. I haven't seen the other teams. I mean, BMCC is out of it.
The thing about community college is the teams turn over so quickly, too, because you only have the girls for 2 years. I would say you'd have to put Hostos in there again. We got to get a look at them.
Even though they lost Sherbin after her 2 years playing.
Yeah, we have to get a look at them, of course. And
Bronx won 2 games already. They won, in their first 2 years of the program, they won 1 game. They already won their first 2 this year.
And Manhattan not being in there is a big factor for Queensborough, that's for sure.
Big factor for everyone.
And Kingsborough being in the straits they're in is good for them.
We'll see who's going to be that odd team out. When 4 make it. I mean, who's
you never know. This LaGuardia team may end up being very tough at the end of the years. And the more games they play and the more people they see, you don't know.
Now, LaGuardia beat Kingsborough by 41, and then Hostos beat Kingsborough by 9. So I don't know if you read into that and say, is Hostos not as good as LaGuardia?
I don't know.
I don't know if you like to play that game, like, well, if this one beats them by 41. And that
Queensborough just might be the odds-on, just dead-out favorite.
Yeah. I would think so. 2:51 to go, and the starters are still in. Still Prentice and Canoy and Rodriguez.
Of course, their next mission might be, if they are successful, Region 15.
Perhaps, and here's Rodriguez for 3, and it's short.
And some of the non-conference opponents they have, see how they can perform against them.
So there's a layup by Wint at 76-54.
So I imagine you'll be looking at some pretty good teams out of conference when you see them.
Should be. Prentice thought about a 3. Carroll shot is off. Rodriguez a rebound. Queensborough keeps it. 2:02 to go.
Yeah, they're basically just running out the clock right now, hoisting up whatever shot they get. And there's really no reason to play with the intensity they were before, but there's a nice inbound to Carroll.
Field goal percentage goes down a little bit.
But your injury factor goes down, so I think that's what you have to be
goes
prepared.
down a lot if they're taken out of the game also.
Yeah.
Canoy in no rush though, and 100 seconds away from their first win of the season from Game 2 of the doubleheader. 90 seconds to go. See if Canoy can hit one more shot. If she wants to take it.
There's no doubt about it. This Queensborough gym has become a very tough place for opponents to play.
And there's Prentice for 3.
That's why, right there.
Which John Wooden said when they asked him what's the toughest road gym you have to play at, he said the one with the best players.
Yeah.
Could be one of the reasons, as there's a basket at 79-56, 1 minute to play.
Well, it's a very proud program right now, the women's program, and they have a lot of history on their side, so they celebrate it, and they play like that.
As LaGuardia will look to make its own history. Rodriguez is going to take a jumper and hit 81-56.
She could have been called for steps, but she got that shot off right away before anything was called, and she got the bucket.
Might be one issue with the clock.
Don't think these young ladies haven't heard those names that we bandied around at times of those past players, and that's what a winning program does. They breed that, hey, you got to keep up with these kids. Look at what they did.
And it turns into reputation, even though it's only a 2-year school. Teams win for 4 or 5 years at a time. It's happening in the men's division with Bronx, who've won 3 in a row.
And that's why people come, because they want that challenge. They want that challenge. Of course, you don't do it in a harsh way, but you let them know, hey, we have a lot of pride in the way we play here at Queensborough.
And a great showing by Queensborough tonight.
Yes, sir.
And they're going to beat LaGuardia. That'll do it, 81-56. The crowd at Queensborough likes it. Players like it, coaches like it. You can't complain about a 25-point win.
No, you cannot. And there were a lot of good things Queensborough did tonight. There might have been a few things that they can brush up on, but for the most part, in terms of all around getting everybody involved on this community college level, they played about as good as a game as you can play in the early season.
A solid showing. So this is David Russell for Joe Massey. The Lady Tigers beat the Lady Redhawks 81-56.